What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out channel. This is a spoiler review for Deadpool and Wolverine. We are going to spoil the shit out of it. Just putting it out there. If you have not seen it yet, don't watch this. Come back later. But us brothers had to get together and go through this movie. And the film just brought us so much joy. We were like, well, let's do a spoiler geek out session over this movie. We all watched it. Some of us before others. Unfortunately, they hooked me up out here. But man, let's get into this, bro. Because I know we can geek out all day about this, right? Let's just go around, right, and start off with initial first reactions. If you can try and bring back that excitement that you first came out of when you first watched it. Let's go around. Ash, why don't you go first, bro? What was your first initial reaction? What was your first excitement?
Wow. I don't know, throughout the whole movie, sitting next to Kibbs knows, I just kept grabbing his arm out of excitement. I'm sure the guy next to me was getting annoyed because he was not excited at all. But me and Kibbs were shouting, screaming. I was grabbing Kibbs' arm, like, oh my God. Like, I don't know, man. It made you feel, I don't know, man, happy. I don't know. There's something about it, seeing such characters. I'm not gonna say, but such characters, and the story, the comedy, it was fun. It was great action. It was like Wizard of Oz, man. You're following these two guys on a journey, and you wanted to see more. I didn't want it to end. I'm like, I want to see more. The bond, you know what I mean? It's like Bill and Ted, Focus
Yeah.
Adventure with Wolverine and Deadpool. It was like, oh man, it for me, and I said this in the group. For me, it was probably one of the best Marvel movies today. Like Endgame was brilliant. Endgame was like to the bone, to the T. But this had a different element, man. Like it's what we want to see as comic book fans. You know, for a long time, Marvel has not been so great for me personally, but recently, after No Way Home, this is like, yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I'm still excited. I was chatting to Ate the other day when she came home. I came home. She went to a midnight showing, and the next day we were both just screaming in the kitchen, going, "Ah, oh my god!" Ah, because we couldn't geek out because she came up back late. But that next day evening, we were just proper gas, and we're talking about, Deadpool, the NSYNC music, the dancing, and yeah, man, he's such a wicked character, man. I tell you that he brings out such joy in you, it makes you laugh, man. So hands down to them guys, man. Honestly,
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, no, it definitely brings joy. I mean, go on, I'll talk about mine in a bit. Go on, Kibbs, what was your initial reaction? You guys had a full screen as well, right? So those bare people cinemas must have been crazy. How was your lot? How was you, Kibbs?
Yeah, no, same thing, bro. Like as Ash said, you got to go watch that film with your friends, packed cinema, because it's just a great reactional type of film. It's joy in it. Like, you can't stop smiling ear to ear. I was like,
Yeah.
it's a joyful experience. It was good. It was good. It was good fun. It was good fun. I think as a comic book fan, I feel like some justice was done
You know,
for the character.
I don't mean to interrupt, but there's a point where I felt teary because I'm thinking, wow, we got what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think that's what it was. And just joyful experience, man. It's a joyful experience to hear the cinema scream and shout like that. It was amazing, isn't it, Baba? Yeah. When you're older, you'll see it. And you want to get involved there? Say hello, Sasa.
Hello. Hello, church. Where is she? She's down there. Who's it, Leo?
She's smiling. But yeah, joyful experience. Yeah, that's right. Joyful experience. And I mean, there's only so much I can say, man, about it, really. It's joyful. It's just fun. It's about time. I feel like they pulled out everything they can from the bag and just kind of gave it to us. And, it did give Endgame feels because of what it did. And having these two characters on the screen, I mean, we got them in the Wolverine. I mean, Wolverine Origins, but not to this extent where you're like, oh wow, this is comic book accurate to a certain extent. It's not following any stories. It's done something in itself to represent that, which was great. So no, absolutely, yeah, came out with joy, I could say.
That's that's the word everyone uses. That was the same as me. Just so much joy throughout the whole movie. It's weird how a movie can make you feel so happy, can make you feel that you want to bond with your loved ones. I'm like, boys, I just want to chill with you guys. I just want to hug you guys and just talk about it. Like, had that feeling, man. My missus was like, how are you 40 years old? And I'm like, because I wasn't acting like one. I was so giggity. I was so happy and joyful. And I was just like, that's what this movie has done. It's the last time I felt like this was with Endgames. But with Endgames, there's a lot more emotion involved, but like emotional. But this one just made me so happy. And I just had this adrenaline in me for hours. I didn't calm down for hours. This adrenaline, this happiness, this almost like this anxiety, because I was just like so joyful and whatnot. So I was like, man, I haven't experienced joy from a movie in like this in a very long time. Like I said, I had all this adrenaline in me for the whole day. I just couldn't calm down. I was just pumped, and a movie hasn't made me, like I said earlier, a movie hasn't made me feel like this since Endgames. And Endgames had a lot of emotion and stuff involved, but just so much screaming and shouting. But this movie was more joy than it was anything else, and we'll get into the other stuff later. But seriously, I was just so happy. And it just makes you, like I say, it brings people together. It's weird. It made me a happier person that just watching that movie. And I'm just happy that we got everything that we wanted. I mean, the bond between those two was so natural. It didn't have to build. That's what I love. This is how great it was. We didn't have to build any bond. It was already there. And we freaking got just a masterpiece of comic book action on the big screen with these two, especially with these two characters. I mean, it falls into those comedies like, you know, Bill and Ted or 48 Hours or I don't know, Lethal Weapon, all those sort of films, man, all those sort of buddy cop films. It just falls straight into it. It was just absolutely perfect. The joy, man, the happiness, the big smiles, the feelings.
Best duo for me, man, was these two, man. As Wolverine as Deadpool, not as Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. They're great friends, I know that, and they're great. You know, they get close. But as Deadpool and Wolverine, such a great duo, man. Honestly, really good.
Definitely. All right. Well, look, that was our first reactions. Now let's get into the Geek Out spoiler territory. I'm spitting all over the place. I mean, because this is what really freaking made it happen, man. This is what killed it, right? So let me share my screen. We're gonna go into spoiler territory now, trying to all of us think about it from the beginning to the end. And this movie, me and Kib's got the opportunity to watch the first 35 minutes. And I haven't seen a movie that's got you screaming and shouting from the first 35 minutes. Like, let alone the whole movie. The first 35 minutes, we're like, oh my God, out of our screen. And Ash, obviously, you experienced it after a bit after when you watched it. But this movie had that feeling the whole time. So let me share my screen and let's go through some of the spoilers and just let's geek the hell out, man. So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it, man.
All right. So we're going to talk about, obviously, Wolverine and Deadpool. Let's go into spoiler territory. So I'm going to use Screen Rant because they actually pull it all down. So why not just use this, right?
Yeah.
So Screen Rant.
You mean they put all the cameos down?
They put everything. They spoiled it. I mean, look, it's not like they post. I don't think they posted it out there, but it's on their website anyway of all the spoilers.
It's because of what they did at Hall H, and I know I've been going through all the spoilers and stuff. Like, it's weird that fans would do that. It's not been out 2 days. I know Marvel put out a video saying that they're at San Diego Comic-Con, but they blanked it out. But I know that they showed the movie to the people at Hall H and then brought out the cameos after. But the video context I saw was that it was just a spoiler out on there.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. So before we get into this, yes, people are spoiling the shit out of it now. The thing is, when I said that it got spoiled for me, I'm saying it got spoiled for me from the moment they announced it. Because from the moment they announced it, there was all these rumors. So-and-so's going to show up. So-and-so's this. So-and-so throughout the year. So I didn't see anything from any of the images of the movie within the last week or two or month or whatever. I saw it without the last couple of years. So I was like, all those rumors, they all came true. So those were bastards to put out those rumors. I mean, but I was still surprised. But it was just like, man, all the rumors that you people put out there, they all came true. So you did spoil it for people. So I hate that, but what are you gonna do, man?
That's what I'm saying. For you guys, it was spoiled. For me, my reaction was genuine 100% because I don't have social media. So I knew nothing of cameos. I saw nothing. Yeah, it's only until last week I saw one of a certain character, Sabretooth. But other than that, bro, I was shocked. Ask kids when can I say it? Yeah, I can spoil it, innit? Yeah, when Blade came out, I was pumped. I was grabbing kids, the music at the end. Anyway, we're gonna get into it.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. I mean, look, yes, I know. You're lucky you didn't get anything spoiled. I had a couple things spoiled. Like we'll get into it in a bit, but I know they showed a trailer with X-23. I think the kid, that's the one you said don't watch. I just didn't watch that one. So by then I didn't watch it. But look, let's go into it. Look, the movie starts automatically. It's amazing, the action and all that sort of stuff. The first part that just kills it is when he starts going into the multiverse to look for his Wolverine, because his Wolverine that died was the one that died in Logan, and that was a catastrophic whatever. What do you call that event? An event that's going to destroy the universe, basically his universe. So he's trying to go find a new Logan that he can bring back into his universe so it doesn't destroy it. It all starts from there. Because once he starts going in, I mean, let's go through the list, man, because that was when me and Kibler were like, oh shit, it was crazy. Okay, the different Wolverine variants. Let's go. Okay, no, wait, hold on. It starts off with Happy Hogan. Let's start with there. Holy shit. He starts off in our universe, in Universe 666. Is it 666? No, wait, that's the devil's number. What is it, Kibbs?
616.
616. In Happy Hogan's office, in the Avengers Towers. I mean, that alone brought so much joy. And you're just anticipating, like, is he gonna show? Like, just like Deadpool's like, is the big man coming? I'm like, is he coming? Is Tony Stark gonna walk in?
But there was a comment he made because he doesn't do these things anymore. Happy said.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what does he mean by this? Is he like dead? Like, does Deadpool know that he's dead?
Well, no, this was before. This was 2018. It said 2018, so this was before Endgame's event. Yeah. So no, he just Happy is the dude, but that was awesome because you see Cap's thing in the back, everything, man, and the music. That was very joyful. And then when the TVA come, we kind of knew they were in there and whatnot. Then they show the Avengers and all that sort of stuff. And that's when he calls himself Marvel Jesus, everything hilarious. But that's when he needs to go back in time to find his Wolverine, and this is where things go crazy, man. So it starts off with that the death of Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know what? The funny thing is, I noticed his teeth are not adamantium. Everything else is adamantium except his teeth. Got a nice set of white teeth. Everything else is adamantium.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, let's go. I think where is it?
They regenerate every time he gets Brock in it, so
I guess so. He's in the TVA. All right. Well,
there was one thing, bro. So where are we starting off? Right from the beginning?
I'm sorry, I'm going through the movie. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going through now the Wolverine variation. So you got
Go.
I mean,
all right, yes, all right.
All right, this one they didn't show us in that 35 minutes. So they showed us all these other Wolverine variants, and then when you see Henry Cavill, and I've got a picture of him over here. I think I'm spoiling the crap out of it. I don't care. I mean, he looked good. He looked so good. He looked hench. He looked fantastic.
He looked the part.
Look at that,
he
man.
looked the part.
Look at this, man. Come on. Listen, Hugh Jackman's my Wolverine, but he looks great here.
Yeah,
but
he does.
The other Wolverines, man, the other Wolverine variants, man. We had Wolverine. We had the original Wolverine in his costume, Wolverine versus Hulk. You had this picture here, this iconic picture, and you see
he does that, yeah.
Hulk in his clothes. Oh, come on, man. Oh my God. I don't think they showed us that in the 35 minutes, so I was too excited because I saw Hulk. But it was amazing.
They cut that part as well.
They did,
cut that
right?
part. Yeah, they did. It's only in the movie when we saw it the other day. They only showed us the back of Hulk, but this time you see Hulk actually punch Deadpool and then Wolverine bringing the claws out.
That was too good. That was too good. Oh God, Hulk. Remember we said it. What if we get a Hulk versus Wolverine? Now we didn't get it, but we got something. Yeah. And there's all these rumors going around now that there could be possibly a movie. But oh my God, that one, Hulk, like slapping Daredevil, just killing. Deadpool and killing him was absolutely amazing. You saw the Age of Apocalypse. Wolverine.
Yeah. I mean, and he looks sick. He looks sick. I tell you.
So good.
Like me and Kibler were shouting. A lot of people didn't understand it, but we just
I
started
didn't get it.
shouting, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, bro, and the costume again. The costume was on point.
On
Brilliant.
point.
And his hair was wild. He looked crazy, man. He did. Loved it.
He
That was
looked
a great.
awesome.
That was a great one they did there. They're great. It was a great
Brilliant
one.
one. Brilliant one. All right, we saw Mandapore. We saw that Wolverine and
Whoop.
Mandapore with
Yeah.
the eye patch, white
Yeah.
suit. Another
Yeah.
great shot.
Yes.
Oh,
And
great.
then-
Absolutely. They're iconic Wolverine moments that they've given us, and it's
That's it.
iconic Wolverine moments that we didn't get in the 20 years of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Well, here's another one. I'm not familiar with this one, but this Wolverine being crucified on the X, which was obviously some kind of. Do you know what? Are you familiar with this one, Kips?
Well, I think it's called Worst Ever Days. I'm trying to remember if this is a Frank Miller art piece. Thank you. If it's a Frank Miller art, I think it is a Frank Miller art piece. Just type in Frank Miller after what you put up there.
Frank Miller.
I think I've got that comic book in there somewhere, but just I think it's a Frank Miller. Frank Miller? No, it's not Frank Miller. Oh no, actually, wait, it could be. Go down. Interest Frank Miller. It could be. Anyway, listen, it's an iconic moment in the X-Men universe. So definitely, and it's one of the most famous covers, bro. So that's why they put it in there. So
that was definitely awesome. You had I showed that one. You had the okay. They gave us the comic book accurate Wolverine, which we always wanted, but when they pull it on display, you're like, oh. Now I was thinking, well, I think you just took Hugh Jackman and shrunk him down. If you actually used a real 5'4" dude, it might have actually looked better. But you actually made him look so much smaller. But maybe that's because it's Hugh Jackman and it just didn't.
No, I think they just put his head on a short person, bro.
It just didn't go well, obviously. Now I know they're taking the piss because everyone wanted that, but I feel like if you got a right short actor, it would have worked. But that was cool.
Yeah, that was brilliant. It was funny as well because they had the Back to the Future theme song as well in the back.
Oh,
Yes,
the theme song smashed it, bro. Give me that. Yeah. So good.
And I mean, what I loved about that scene is like, obviously, yes, the Back to the Future reference. He's going in there. The Wolverines are just killing the shit out of him. All of them killed him. Hulk killed him in one of them, which was amazing. Was there any other ones I missed? That was it, right? And then we find our Wolverine, who's the one ultimately we see in the movie, right? There was any other one?
Yes, that's right. No, that was it.
So there was that, and then you found our Wolverine, and we'll get into that story and all that stuff later on. But he was definitely, obviously, in a depressive mode. I thought they're gonna go with the old man Logan story.
Oh, we did get Old Man Logan. Sorry.
Oh yes, we did. Oh man, yes, bloody hell.
Yeah, we got Old Man Logan. Yeah,
we did. Who was awesome. He actually looked one of the best as well.
Yeah.
But Old Man Logan, but I thought we were gonna get his story in the sense that he killed all the X-Men and he has this guilt in him, but it wasn't. It was humans, and then he went on a rampage and just killed bare people and stuff like that. But that opening scene, Ash, that's what we were pumped about. When we first saw it, we were absolutely pumped. Me and Kibbs screaming and shouting. But like I said, we didn't see Henry Cavill, so that one was another one. I was like, wait, I was in the cinema. I was like, wait, is that him? Is that Cavill? And then. Proper geek out moment.
There was rumors that Daniel Radcliffe was meant to have an appearance as well, but obviously they went with Henry Cavill, which I personally feel is a better choice because Henry Cavill looks the part. I mean, Daniel Radcliffe, I've seen like pictures edited of him looking like Wolverine. It looks good, but I think Henry Cavill he's got that beefiness about him, man.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, these were all variants. You could have just thrown them in there. Like, there would have been it wouldn't be bad at all. It's a variant. So. All right, cool. Well, listen, that's what me and Kibler geeked out about. That was a great opening scene for the movie. Like, first act of the movie, just kind of giving us that. You already got us out the cinema, out of our seats, screaming and shouting. Now, they end up in that other place or whatever, where they get pruned. I can't remember what that place is called.
Yeah.
And then this epic scene. I mean, they have an epic battle, which was sick. Their fight was sick. Wolverine...
That first bit, Wolverine lunges at him and he crawls to him. Like
it made him move like Wolverine. It was called the Void.
Yeah,
the Void.
Like a wolf. And he chased at him. I'm like, this is sick. Like, oh man, I was pumped again. See them fighting. I love it, man. I love it.
That fight scene, absolutely amazing. And then when this guy shows up, because this is where they showed us up to, Kibbs, right? Just before Chris Evans shows up. Now, when he shows up, I'm like, I was in the cinema. I was like, oh my God, Cap. And I was, bro, and obviously Deadpool thought it was Cap and everything, like they got us. And then when he starts talking, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's a bit quirky for Cap. And
Yeah.
then obviously he goes, he's about to say it, and he goes, flame on. I was like, oh, I still freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, Johnny.
Same here, same here.
Johnny
It's the way
Blaze.
Deadpool was funny. He goes, "Oh my God, guys, he's gonna say it, and he's gonna say it, and it's flame on." And he was like, "Huh?" Like, he was baffled, but like, this ain't Cap.
Human
Oh,
Torch. What did you guys thought? What was your reaction when you guys saw him?
same thing, because you saw him pointing, saying they're coming. So you saw a glimpse of like red and blue. So you're like, "Oh my God, is that Cap? Is that Cap?" So he did the superhero landing. You're like, "Has to be Cap." And then the moment he went flame on, you're like, "Oh shit, it's Human Torch!" Like, come on, man.
They got us good. They got us good. I mean, but to see him back as Human Torch, amazing. He didn't do much. It was more of a comedy thing, a cameo comedy, to be honest with you. But it was it was a happy moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I feel like, which we will get into later on, but like what they did was like mislead and then excitement, mislead, excitement, mislead, excitement, and
100%.
it was the perfect film to do that. But to bring and you already saw the 20th Century Fox universe, so it's interesting that they went down that route. But like, it's a love letter to what we got originally.
Yes, yeah.
To a tease to what we're going to get in the MCU later on. But this is just, you know, this was perfectly done. Perfectly done.
Yeah, this was definitely a homage and a love letter to all the Fox Studios and what we got there. That's everything that was appeared, and we'll talk about other stuff later on. But that was a proper geek out moment. I thought Chris Evans was awesome. The way he got killed was hilarious. And Wolverine kept blaming Deadpool for his death, and at the end credit scene, we get him trying to justify himself, because I don't think he felt good about himself about Cap dying, or Human Torch dying the way he did. But it was great to see him, man. It was, you know, in a way, I still wanted Cap, but I was like, no, Cap wouldn't be in the void. Like, why would he be there? He's too good to be in the void. And then, okay, this is the big one. Let's get into the big stuff, right? So they have the scenes, all this sort of stuff. They find out there's others. When these guys walk in, like, you have a great battle in a van, right? They have amazing battle again in the van. It looks freaking, some of the comic book scenes that you get in there are absolutely fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Great fight, very emotional. You saw Deadpool doing the Spider-Man stuff. So I was like, oh, is someone please gonna show up? No, there was no Spider-Man, but I kind of wish one of them showed up in this. If Andrew Garfield or something, would have been amazing. But we'll talk about who we wanted to show up in there that didn't. But when these guys walked in, we had Jennifer Gardner coming back as Elektra. We had freaking hell. You mentioned this one, Wesley Snipes play. I was like, you, oh my God, Blade! I went crazy. I went crazy on that one. You had Channing Tatum come in as Gambit. He looked fantastic. His face looked a bit big, but he looked fantastic, and he was fantastic.
Oh, he was brilliant. I tell you now, like, he was sick, bro, man. He sounded great. He looked great. Yeah, a bit chubby in the face, but I don't care. But he was, he was.
The voice he put on, like, you couldn't have asked for anything better. Again, an only little redemption that he got out of that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? He deserves it, man. Honestly, and I'm happy he done it. And he put that. He done the accent pretty decent, man. Like, it was a bit hard to understand him.
Yeah.
As Deadpool mentioned, but he done well, man. He done really good.
Yeah, it was awesome. Look, I didn't know X-23 was in it. Again, I saw rumors from years and months ago, but I didn't see the trailer. So when I saw her as well, I was like, oh, she's in it. And that was awesome because there was such an emotional connection there. Even though that Wolverine didn't see it, as fans, as the audience, that was a great emotional part for me. But yeah, same, bro. When I saw Jennifer Gardner, I was like, oh my God, because I just had expectations of other people like Daredevil showing up. But then when this guy walked in, oh my God, this was the highlight. For me, 100%. I think for all of us, the highlight of the movie, I was like, oh my God. And as you told me that, I think they went with the Midnight Suns because he didn't have his sword version. He was fantastic. Every one of the, what I loved about, I tell you why, in my opinion, why these cameos were way better than 100 times better than the Illuminati that we got in Doctor Strange, because these guys done some
Started
fucking shit. They done some action. No, it's not that. They done action. They didn't just die like a bunch of losers. In the other one, they died like a bunch of pricks. It was so bad. You just made them look shit. In this one, they were still badass, man. And we'll get into that fight. But this guy,
So this is like what Multiverse of Madness should have been like, but we didn't get that. So this is, I feel like they've kind of corrected their course on what they're doing there.
But one of the reasons why I think I was a bit more happy and excited because they started it, man. Blade, Elektra, they're very nostalgic characters in Marvel.
Well, they say the Blade movie when they brought it out was the one that made off like 130 something million, and that one was what started kicking off the actual MCU. Like the budget that it made helped kick off the MCU. So it's the original. I mean, definitely one of the originals anyway. But it was awesome. And Channing Tatum, like I didn't speak much on him, but he was fantastic. His accent and everything, they got it right. The costume, they got it right, and he looked cool. Cars look good. The fight scene with the stick. And when he was just like the agility and just putting cards on everyone, is like boom. I was like, bro, they done Gambit. Fantastic.
Even his comments, you know what I mean? Like play your cards right. And you know how Gambit makes these small comments. He was doing that as he was fighting, bro, which was epic.
Absolutely epic. What about Blade's comments? Some motherfuckers are still trying to ice skate up here. I was like, no, let's go. In my cinema, I went to an early showing and there wasn't much people, but I don't think people got that. But I was like, let's go. But also making a comment. About being the only Blade. I was like,
only Blade. Even when the gun pose, when he does the gun pose. Even the enemies. If you saw the enemies when they were dying, they were turning into ash like vampires.
Yes.
I'm like, that's sick.
So good. Elektra was awesome, and X-23 was awesome. They were absolutely great as well. But that was a highlight for me. But the highlight for me. And he wasn't even in it. But I was like, please. They mentioned Punisher twice. And I was like, please show him. Even the Dolph Lundgren one, I was like, please. They didn't. But when
they said that's 1985 one, they said, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So the first time they mentioned him, I was like, oh, giggity. I was so moist. I was like, please show Punisher. As you can see, I'm the biggest Punisher fan. But when you had the rocket launcher, they're like, where the hell did you get that from? He goes, it was Punisher. So I was like, oh my God, please show him. Like I wish they just got like Dolph Lundgren or even, who's the guy that was in the next one?
Tom Zane.
Tom Zane. Even that would have been fantastic. So listen, even though he wasn't in it, it was a highlight to hear the Punisher's name in there. You know what I mean? Highlight for me. So that was sick. I was a bit annoyed on the Punisher group that I was on. I didn't see. I watched the movie by then, but even the guy, someone on our Punisher group on the Facebook group was like, just saw the movie. They mentioned Pun. I was like, you fucking idiot. Why would you even Why would you even say that? But that was annoying. But I saw it anyway. I saw the movie before that. But this is how crazy this movie was. Him not even being in it, just being mentioned, got me all hyped and giggity, man. So that was freaking awesome.
You mentioned Daredevil as well.
Yes, yeah.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think who else they mentioned, man. No, I can't think of anyone else, but
we got a big cast of villains, right? We got Thingback, Pyro. Yeah. We got Sabretooth. Yeah. We got Juggernaut. This wasn't Vinnie Jones, or was it? Yeah. Okay, so we got that Juggernaut. We got mention of Magneto, right? But obviously he died. Yeah. We got mention of the Sorcerer Supreme because she had one of their slinkies or whatnot. So there was a lot. Doctor Strange. Yeah, we had Toad in there as well. So these all got. I mean, look, the fight between Thing was so hyped, and then he got it. I love it. We didn't need a fight. He just sliced his head off. Done. I'm done. I moved on.
Yeah.
Listen, all those villains. You saw the Punisher villain. You know, the one who wears a stripy shirt, that big Russian.
Yeah. He was there. Yeah.
He was in it. Which is why I was like, please. Like, but Punisher didn't show up.
The one he's all red.
Ezekiel, yeah.
He was in it as well, which was good.
One of the best comic book fight scenes of all time because it wasn't the Avengers, it wasn't the X-Men, it was comic book character mix-up, you know? Like, this is how great it was. It wasn't a team. Yes, they were a team, but it wasn't the team that we always know about. It was just a group of them. It's so cool to just see them. Ah, come on, man. Blade, Snipes still got it. Like, oh, it's so good, bro. I was so happy. I need to watch it again because I was so happy I missed it. Does that make sense? Like, I was just like in too much happiness to actually concentrate on this. So that's why I'm gonna watch it again.
And you know what? It's one thing Deadpool mentioned as well. He cusses out 20th Fox Century as well, bro.
Yeah.
It was funny.
So that was sick. And then so look, they had the battle. They end up making their way back. There was a little bit of a heartfelt moment of Wolverine not wanting to kill what's her name, Cassandra, right? Is her name?
Yeah.
Because he was Charles's sister, twin sister.
But it was the suit that really made him do it as well. But
yes, in that scene, yes, we learned a lot about him. Yeah,
because he kept asking, "Why are you wearing the suit? Why such a funny suit? Why a funny suit?" But he just couldn't open up about it. But when he did, bro, it's deep, man. I really felt for Logan, man. I really feel for that. He reminds me a lot of Thor. He just goes through so much pain and agony. He's always alone by himself, man, which is quite deep.
100%.
And what the story they went with there, which they should have elaborated more, and this is where we'll jump into that bit later on, was that I think they went with the story that which is in the original in the Old Man Logan comic book, is where Mysterio made him see everybody else as enemies and kill everybody basically. But they went with a different story.
Yeah, because I don't, you know what? Yeah, because I guess we can talk about it later, but I just don't think that Wolverine could have lived with him. Like that Wolverine, I know Old Man Logan, we got that series, but I don't think he could have lived with himself and carried on. Whereas, because he didn't really, he got old after that, right? Whereas this Wolverine, they changed it where it was humans that done it, and then he went on a rampage and killed not just the humans that done it, but he mentions he kills innocents too, which was what fucked him up. But Ash is right. Like for us to finally hear that he never wanted to wear it, but he wears it out of the memory of them. That was they got me. They done.
It was touchy.
Well,
yeah, it was touchy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
they done well with that. So then, so they go back to their universe, and you get the multiverse of Deadpools, right? You get all of them: Dog Pool, Zombie Pool, Lady Pool, whoever Pool, Grandpa Pool, Baby Pool. Van Wilder Pool, all of them. They threw them all in there. That was fun. What an epic battle, bro. When Wolverine put his hand back and pulled oh my god. When he pulled that over, I'm just screaming and shouting, bro. I'm screaming and shouting.
I mean, 25 years or 20 years we've been waiting for this character, and they know, like, the fans will absolutely love. Like, how can you have not? You've made what 10 movies and you didn't put him in the mask? Like, I still don't understand that concept. Like, this alone, and we only got 10 minutes of it, maybe. He's gonna go
an epic 10 minutes.
It was the most epic thing. It goes down in history, bro. The moment he went back for the hood. Oh man. And bro, he had the white eyes as well. It's not like they showed his eyes, they had the white eyes. Fucking come on, man.
Great comic book scene. And what a great scene to just slaughter a bunch of Deadpools, because like it's not as violent as, how do I pull it? Because you can see the blood and all that, the violence behind it, but they're a bunch of Deadpools, you know what I mean? They're gonna regenerate and whatnot. But it was a great shot. Shot.
That's what you thought they regenerate. No.
Except Van Wilder, he lose, man.
Bro, you know what cracked me up when he's trying to give him CPR with no head?
That was hilarious, man. Look, we met that dog as well, the ugly dog.
Yes, we did at the fan event we went to.
Good. Yeah, so that was pretty awesome. But that scene, fantastic. Again, I need to go back and I would love to watch that scene again. It almost was like a homage to Endgames when all of the Deadpools walk out.
There was a part of the scene where Wolverine was pushing up against him while Deadpool from behind was like shooting them up. So he was using Wolverine as a shield, but it was so brilliant, man.
That's why I need to see it again, because I lost Deadpool. I lost our Deadpool. I was like, where's our Deadpool? I thought he got shot outside. I was like, where is he?
He was on the floor.
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like.
It was absolutely awesome. Man. My only critic with the just to finish, when they both came out of the bus, what a comic book fucking scene, bro. Come on. Oh, that was good. My only critic of that scene, Colossus was in that universe. He was there. Why, please, a Wolverine,
No,
Colossus,
that would
just
have been good.
maybe just one image of Colossus throwing Wolverine like that, iconics, like he does in the
Oh
comics.
yes, that would have been
So-
brilliant.
So Colossus was in that there. I wish he showed up just to kind of give a little backup, you know, because you know, just them three, you know, Colossus and Wolverine, that would have been epic.
I have to what I really enjoyed as well, that they allowed Wolverine to use more of his body, because he's adamantium and he's heavy as hell, but you saw him have more strength, pushing the car, pushing all the Deadpool.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
you never got that in the old movies, man. So you actually seeing it. He's actually really strong, Wolverine, man. Because in the
I think this is they never really showed his strength and that. And I've had a lot of conversations with people, and you know, shout out to the guys at Small Time Critics. They were trying to say that Wolverine is a street level mutant, and I can't agree with that. I think I mean, here's a guy who can actually hold the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not a street level, like he's very strong. He's very, you know, he's got heightened senses as well. So like they showed that more in this, like when he goes, I can smell him. Yeah.
I mean, I, you know, when we first had that conversation after we watched Kill, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I agree, he can't be. I mean, he was introduced to fight Wolverine. Sorry, Hulk. So that means you must say Hulk is a street level character, and he's not, right? In the Infinity comics, Adam Warlock, when they were about to fight Thanos, he took two people aside and said, listen, when you get the opportunity, I need you to strike and kill Thanos, right? One, he knew emotionally they can do it, and two, he knew they had the ability. One was Hulk, the other was Wolverine. You know, street level was Punisher, is Daredevil, Spider-Man even. Is Wolverine is definitely, you know, a universe level hero, you know what I mean?
Spider-Man's a tough one because he is really strong as well, bro.
He is.
His power levels are like over.
I think he's street because he's young. He's a teenager, he's a kid. I think that's an element of why, and he wants to look after his neighborhood. There's that element, I think. You know, he calls himself the friendly neighborhood spider. So maybe mentally he's street, but yes, he is strong, and he does have the agility and ability to fight higher level beings and whatnot.
So they showed the agility from Wolverine as well this time, as I mentioned in the beginning, as he charged at Deadpool, he went no falls. Like you never saw that before, man. Like he's jumping one side to another now.
I think Hugh Jackman, even though he's like 56 or whatever, he can still play Wolverine for another 10 years.
I said to kids, I said, as he's gotten older, he's aged so well as Wolverine, bro.
Yeah. Listen, I would love to just shake his hand and say thank you for what you've done to the character. Thank you, because you truly worked hard to give us this character. Like from where it started to at this point, you worked hard and you took away feedback from all the first ones and the ones that came up. You took feedback and you improved, all the way to the point where like you're him. You smashed it. You truly worked hard to give us Wolverine. Like he literally dedicated his life to it.
Exactly. Oh, we forgot one Wolverine, the brown and orange suit. We forgot that one.
We spoke about it because he came out with Hulk. He came out with Hulk. That was with Hulk, isn't it?
Oh, was that the Hulk one?
That was the Hulk one. That was the original Hulk one. Yeah. So we spoke about, but we didn't speak about the costume. You're right. He looked fucking fantastic in that too.
Yeah, he looked great in it, man.
I feel like they gave him the 20 years of Wolverine stuff that we should have got on the screen.
Yeah.
All the stuff that we got. I feel like this is going to be probably his last one. I don't think he's coming back unless he does like small cameos.
Well, you never know.
He got his 25 years.
He might have passed the mantle to Henry Cavill. You never know, bro. Imagine that.
I hope he does, bro, because Henry Cavill looks sick, bro.
He looks fantastic. Oh yeah, maybe you're right. You never know, right? And you bring that up, but I think he can do it for another 10 years, bro. They got CGI. He looks fantastic. He's in fantastic fucking shape, right? And Wolverine is this old dude. Like he can give us this old. It's not like Iron Man where he's young or Cap where he's gonna stay young. Wolverine can look old, so I think they could do it. However, you're right. Also, I didn't speak about this earlier when when Deadpool was at the TVA and he saw Thor holding him, is that a sneak peek of what we might get in the future? Is that a sneak peek of Secret Wars or something? Because I think I think Hugh Jackman will show back up in Secret Wars and whatnot. I believe that's going to happen. But I think they just gave us a sneak peek of a movie of the future. This is my opinion. So I'm saying it now. That could be in Secret Wars or something like that. But I think they gave us a sneak because he was very desperate to not show us or not emphasize on that. And I'm like, they gave us something of a future movie.
Deadpool was so adamant, like, why is Thor holding me? And he kept having dreams of him.
For the whole movie, yeah.
He kept waking up saying, Thor, God of Thunder.
I would love to see his interaction because obviously, like, of his over expression of the male, the pretty males, he would definitely have some fun with Thor, and I would love to. But I want to see Thor annoy him, like, because he's annoying, right? Thor is a comedy character as well. Because my missus was like, why can't he die? And I was like, look, one of the elements of the reason why he can't die is because he's so annoying. And because you can't kill him, he's there to annoy everyone forever, especially Wolverine. So that's one of the reasons why he has the best healing factor as well, because he has to be there to annoy the shit out of everyone.
Best. He's
so
brilliant.
good.
So nostalgic as well when he brings up certain references and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, he broke the fourth wall so many times. He told Fox, "Go fuck yourself" and whatnot. Everyone did. I mean, like I said, Blade mentioning he's the only Blade. Like that was telling everyone messages and stuff. Right. Look, we all kind of knew this. We saw the trailer at Kibbs as well at the 35 minutes of Lady Pool, and this is his wife, right? People suspected it'll be Taylor Swift, but it's actually his Blake Lively. He met her during Green
Lantern.
Green Lantern, right? Yeah.
I thought they would have showed her face, but they didn't. So you don't know if it's her really, but we're just assuming it's his wife.
Yeah, I think it's confirmed actually. Now it's confirmed. Like it was suspected Taylor Swift, but it's Blake. I think it's his missus.
Yeah, I said, well, it's nice, get his missus involved.
Yeah, man, awesome. Cassandra Nova dies trying to destroy the multiverse. Okay, we can talk about her in a bit. Let's get about all of that stuff in a bit. She was cool. Charles Xavier's sister, cool. I don't know nothing about her. We'll get into that sort of stuff later on. What other spoilers were there? The TV. I saw her. What's her name? B50. What's her name? Hunter B50 Universe Paradox. I don't know her name. Anyway, I did see a picture of her, and it was literally from the movie as well. So that's the one spoiler I saw. Now it didn't affect me too much, but I was still like, you fucking bastard, whoever posted it. It's like I didn't want to see that, but I did see her. She was awesome in it as well, and it's great to just have her in there. I did think, where is Morbius? No, where's Morbius? I did want him. That would have been good. No disrespect to her or whatnot, but to have Owen Wilson in this, his charm, his character with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like another thing that would have fitted in so well.
Wow.
Budgets, bro. Budgets. Think about it.
He made a comment. Deadpool did make a comment saying Chris Evans taking a lot of this budget. Let's kill him off. That was a good thing. Deadpool best friend Wolverine takes on the universe. So that was awesome. Yes, okay. Well, we could talk about a bit of this. I expected to see more of the X-Men. Like we got so many cameos, and they were the best ever. We didn't get any of the original Fox X-Men. Now, I'm not saying I was a fan of all of those guys, but I thought they would have showed them in there just as a homage to them. So we didn't get them. I'm not too fussed about it, but I thought they would have done that. They would have put some of the X-Men in there from the old Fox universe.
From a different universe, you mean, isn't it? Because they all died.
Well, the end credit scenes did have the homage of the whole Fox series.
Yeah. It's true. Which is nice, man. Very quite emotional where it started from 25 years ago, where it started from. So you did genuinely, I don't know, man. Like you felt emotional thinking, wow, it's taken them this long to give us what we wanted, man.
Yeah. Even though
it's a journey, isn't it? It's too many, studios getting involved and the rest of it.
Yeah,
full on, bro. Like,
even though we never loved it, and it was never the best, and we always criticized it. Yes, we did, but
But
yes,
we
there was.
enjoyed it.
But you know what? It's a journey. Like you said, it's a journey, and learning from mistakes and just improving and improving and improving to the point that this is gonna be $1 billion movie. This is one of my favorite MCU movies of all time. I'm gonna put Endgame's above just because there was a lot more emotional connection to it, but it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all MCU movies of all time. I definitely want to go cinema again, but you gotta love the progression. You gotta love the fact that they worked hard to give us this, man. So I'm happy about that, man. And then it finishes off with the end credit scene, which is this. I thought it was gonna be something else, like another connection to the MCU. We didn't get much more with the MCU Earth 616, except Hogan. But this was funny. I think it bugged him that he got Johnny Blaze, Chris Evans dead, because we all thought that he made that shit up. But I don't know if he did. Maybe he tweaked the footage or whatnot. But maybe he did say this. But that was a great little end credit scene.
That was funny, man.
Some extra points that us brothers forgot to talk about. There's so much to this movie. There's so many different points, but we were like, we have to mention this. So I just wanted to do an extra little clip on these couple points. First of all, we got Stan Lee back in the movie. Yes, there was one where it was a poster. Another one was like a flashback from one of the previous movies. So great to see him back in these movies and cameoing in this, and 100% needed him in there. So that was awesome. The other point was, we seen Wesley Snipes' Blade and Ryan Reynolds in Blade 3 together. And Ryan Reynolds kind of played a Deadpool kind of annoying character in that movie too. So it was interesting to see them two back in this sort of format, almost like a Blade and Deadpool kind of movie, but officially now. So that was another awesome point as well. And I know I read some things that when Ryan Reynolds was making that movie before, or was making Blade, I don't know if he was trying to make Wesley Snipes a great character. And I don't know if he achieved anything on that just because how serious Blade was. But I don't know about this movie if he brought character wonder. But it's great to see those two back. Another point that was made was in the beginning when Deadpool was with Happy Hogan, and you're seeing all the different things. You're seeing Tony Stark's art reactor, you see Cap's shield and all this sort of stuff, Iron Man's helmet. You see a picture of Tony Stark, and that's supposed to be the picture of him and Peter Parker, but the Peter Parker is covered by the helmet, and that might be because now nobody knows who Peter Parker is, or nobody knows who Spider-Man's real identity. So I think that's something to do with that as well. And then the last point, and one character that we completely forgot to mention, that we're talking about now, a lot was someone so important to the movie, Peter, Rob Delaney's character, Peter. I mean, he's just an epic character. He's one of the characters that came back to life, and he just brings such a different dynamic to this movie. He was almost like a big hero to the movie, wearing the Deadpool suit. It was absolutely hilarious. He's amazing. I'm reading Rob Delaney's book, or I read his book, A Heart That Works, which is a very heart-touching book that he wrote about the death of his son, and mad respect for him. Great to see him back in the movie. He brings so much joy to the movie as well. Such a great character. So wanted to touch on those points. I'm sure there's so many more. We might have to do another review in the future, or just during the podcast. I feel we're just going to be talking about more points, but wanted to add those points in here.
That was brilliant. Honestly, for me, I was saying probably one of the best Marvel movies today. Just probably, for me, it's probably in line with Endgame. Endgame had more of an emotional feeling to it, but this had me more of a happy emotional to it, as well as a bit emotional as well, because of what Wolverine is going through and what's eating him up inside, man.
Yeah, I mean that little scene with X-23 when she just said to him, I can't remember the exact words, but she was like, "You were the hero. You gave a lot of children lives. You gave me a life."
Yeah,
you know, and you always show up. Like no matter what, you always show up, even though you sitting there feeling like you're not. You will show up because that's who you are. I love that.
You know, and even like as I mentioned before, the reason to the suit, bro, that actually had me emotional, man, because that's the only part of X-Men I have, the suit. Well, I genuinely like felt teary because I'm thinking Hugh Jackman's such a brilliant actor. Like his emotions, when he's emotional, you feel it, man. So
what a great way to introduce the suit to us, not just to give it to us, but give us so much emotion behind it, right? And so much value behind it. So beautiful, man. Was there anything that we missed? Any other spoilers, Geekout moments that we missed?
No, there's so many. I mean, There's so many, bro. I mean, we have to watch it again.
Oh
The
yeah.
conversation about this will continue like it did with Avengers Endgame. The movie had a lot of heart, bro. I gotta say, it had a
Well,
lot of heart
let's move
from the
into that.
charisma between the two, and then yeah, like, sorry, you were saying?
No, no, go on, go on. Let's move. Like now we've done that. Let's move into more of an objective perspective. Now we had a couple of days. The hype is gone because I gave it a 10 out of 10 as soon as I walked out the cinema. Had a couple of days to think about it, and I could be nitpicky. I can still say it's a 10 out of 10 enjoyable movie. But now I want to be a little bit nitpicky here about certain things and say, cool, I'm gonna give it more of an objective thing. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the overall story, on the overall connection, on the overall emotion, the villain? All that sort of stuff. What's your thoughts on that side of things now? Forget about the excitement stuff now. Let's just try and think of it as a movie. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. It was so enjoyable, even if there was no story and it was just Deadpool and Wolverine on an adventure somewhere. Perfect. I would take that movie 10 out of 10 times anyway. So I don't really care. And whatever I nitpick now, I don't actually care about any of it because the movie was so great. But what's your thoughts on the nitpicky side of things?
Go on, Ash, you go first. I've got the kids run.
Yeah, cool. So nitpicking, yeah, same thing. Gil, what you just said, story. When it comes to story, I didn't care because it felt like an adventure that you just wanted to see and you wanted to follow them. And so whatever happened in the adventure, sorry, you just loved it, man. You didn't even care. So
I didn't really feel threatened by the main story of the universe. I didn't feel a mad threat, if that makes sense.
no.
It was just kind of there. Same with Cassandra. I think she was
You
just
think
kind
about
of there.
Cassandra's a villain as well as TVA, by the way, because TVA is one that kills his well, wants to take away his well, because TVA is a form of the bigger enemy, and Cassandra is just a puppet. I'll see it as. So obviously, you had two enemies, nothing life threatening, but Cassandra was a powerful character, man. To the point where I've never seen Xavier do half the things she done, and I'm sure Xavier can. But they showed
he's just not that violent. That's why
he's not that violent. Yeah, her fucking putting the hands in the brain and stuff like that. We never got that.
what
And so
Johnny Blaze's skin. I mean, come on, man.
oh, that was crazy, man. So we never saw Xavier's true extent of his power. We seen some bit. So
Because
to see that,
he's an Omega mutant, and we know because he's not going to use it for violence, and we'll never see that part. But we
So,
see it other ways.
story-wise, yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm happy with it. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was. I'm content with it. You know,
And
I'm
who would
Yeah.
you? I mentioned a few people who I thought I would have wanted to see more. Who would you have wanted to see more? Because we got all those characters, which was perfect, and it was great that it wasn't a specific team. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Who else would you have been like? Oh, MCU, old Fox movies. What would you? Who would you have wanted more to see in it?
It's such a good question that is, man. Like, smile on my face. Like, I'd love everyone in it, bro. I'd love all the nostalgic Marvel characters to be in it because it made me feel happy, man. I don't know why, but to actually have a character, man, I don't know.
Think about someone that
You did say Cyclops, Ash.
Yeah, even I
Would have been nice to see in the interaction with Cyclops.
yeah, him and Cyclops had this thing. Imagine, I don't know, imagine you saw Cyclops from another universe and him and Cyclops, Wolverine and Cyclops crossed paths and I don't know, there was an emotional moment there. I don't know, but it would have been good. Or he helped, or I don't know, but yeah,
Professor Xavier's voice, if we had Charles Xavier say something, would have been great.
I mean, there was, with the chair. He was like, "Where did you get that chair from?" So which was a nice connection there as well. But I don't know, Borg. That's such a good question. Maybe Daredevil. I love Daredevil in Marvel. It would have been good to see a different variant of Daredevil, not Ben Affleck. Maybe Charlie Cox or someone.
Well, they could have even just done Ben Affleck for the sake of it, but no, it's definitely good. Kibbs, what did you think? What was your thoughts on the story, the character build, all that side of that side of it? Trying to be a bit more objective and nitpicky about it.
You know what? I came out. I knew it was a fan service movie when I came out, and I gave it a good solid 8 out of 10 because of the plot. Because the 8 is because of the excitement and the fan service. It's a fan service movie, but to be honest, bro, I was in it for the journey.
Yeah, man.
I was in it for the journey. I wasn't in it. We weren't gonna get, Interstellar or Inception here. We were getting a Deadpool and Wolverine movie, So the plot holes in it are like horrible. It's not an amazing story.
Yeah.
But the movie has heart, and these two characters really take you on that journey. The charisma between the two and the bounce back. I mean, this movie has been compared to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which we absolutely adore. 48 Hours, Lethal Weapon. Exactly. This is perfect cop buddy movie. You know what I mean? Good guy, good cop, bad cop. I'll always enjoy and love this movie. I don't think I'm gonna probably watch it 5 times in cinema. You know what I mean? It has rewatchability to it. It has a great soundtrack,
100%,
but it suffers the Marvel issue of big enemies. Like the TVA, it is very big, drastic stakes. It just didn't make me feel like the end of that universe, like how Loki did it.
Yeah.
Like Loki made me feel that all of those timelines had issues. And that pain. They didn't do that. And Cassandra is such another Omega level mutant as well.
Yeah.
And they didn't they gave us only little bits of it, which they could have given us more on. But overall, bro, I mean, I'm gonna still stick to my solid A. I still fully enjoyed the movie. And as a comic book fan, to get to see that on the big screen, like all those characters I've seen in the comic books, all on the big screen. I'm happy, man. It was fun. I'll watch it again. And Marvel will take my monies. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It'll take my monies, but it does suffer. It's a bit messy. It is a bit messy. That's all. Other than that, there's no. People are gonna go watch this film. People are gonna absolutely love it. I as soon as I came out, like people were asking me, and I was like, look, it was messy, but I absolutely loved it. It didn't bother me. Like even though I've got things to nitpick about it.
Maybe that's not what they wanted, bro. Messy.
Well,
Messy got
I think I think whether it's messy, it's a shit story. Whether it was the bond and the character journeys that these two went through,
exactly. That's all it was.
Bro, their story could have been like, I don't know, saving a piece of shit, and it would have been the best movie in the world because of how the movie was. So what I'm saying, I'm saying let's be nitpicky just to kind of objectively think about it, but it doesn't change anything about how much
it doesn't change. Exactly.
It doesn't change the joy. I'm still gonna watch it multiple times. I mean, from my perspective, I agree from that perspective. Like, okay, the story, I didn't feel any emotion or intenseness about the story, about the magnitude of the universe going on. So I was more excited about everything else. And I think that stole the show, and that can never take anything away from the movie. So there's 10 out of 10 from that perspective. But yes, the villains, Cassandra and whatnot. Okay, cool. She was cool. She was just there. TVA, excited from Loki. It's good to see you guys. Cool. You was like a rogue fraction, whatever. Fun, no problem. I just had no emotional connection around them. And like I said, I didn't care. But I'm just saying, like that was why I say Endgames might be better, because for me, in my opinion, all the Endgames had stakes. And 10 years worth of stakes, right? So this could have it in the future with these two characters and whatnot. Yeah, go on, Ash, go on, before I carry on.
Oh, sorry, just what you said, man. Like they had 10 years to build to that stage, that last final stage. Whereas this had just 2 hours of it, really, innit? So
yeah. But I mean, this is how great these two characters are, that they've never crossed, or kind of did in that old X-Men movie, but in this way, never crossed, and you didn't have to build anything. They immediately fit into this movie perfectly. So that's what's good about this.
It was the perfect way of introducing Wolverine. His world is going to shit. You're the one anchor you had is dead, and who else better than Wolverine? So it was perfect, man.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, for me, just to finish up before we get into that part, because I want to talk about what do you think happens next? They're still in a different universe. So for me, who I wanted to see in there, of course, Punisher, right? They mentioned his name, that was, I guess, good enough and take it, but I wish I saw Pun. I do wish I saw a variant of Spider-Man, because Deadpool, he also annoys the shit out of Spider-Man, and he in one of the comments, he convinces Spider-Man that he's his twin from the future, and I would have loved to just seen that reaction from a Spider-Man to be like, what the fuck, I turned out like you. So that would have been good. I would have loved to see some more Fox characters, honestly, even though that I never appreciated them as much as I of what they gave us. But just that, you're right. If I saw like Cyclops or the X-Men or Charles, just for Wolverine to be like, you know what? in that universe, you're okay. Like, and I can feel better about that because he felt like he let his ones down in his universe. So just to see that, I think not only would it have been epic, it would have been an emotional moment with that Wolverine. And then lastly, like, I know we got Hulk happy and I know we got a hint of Hulk, but just someone else from the MCU, like from the MCU 616, maybe Cap. I mean, you had Chris Evans in there. Why didn't you just change his costume just for one scene to say "Stand down, soldier" or something? But I don't know, an Iron Man, or who else is funny from the MCU, man? I don't know, even War Machine, someone who kind of intertwines with these two, man. Nick Fury, with Wolverine and Cap having a moment of "I saw you in World War II," whatever. Like, just I do wish there was just one more MCU character in there to just be like, oh my god.
You know the
Yes.
had a shit. Which movie was it?
From from Winter Soldier.
The Soldier. That's it. They had the ship there.
The shield chips.
Which is
Yeah,
pretty
they had
cool.
Sentinel legs, right? They flew off for the Sentinel leg. All that sort of stuff was amazing. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be so many breakdowns, but of everything, every little thing in there. But my question before we finish up is, what do you think happens next, right? Because they are in a separate universe, which was 1000 something, right? I can't remember the number. And the MCU timeline that we're in is 616. Now, of course, they're trying to get Deadpool into that one. They've made a confirmation that they will be in that one. But what happens next? How do they get involved? Is it a secret wars? Do they have access to time machines freely, like Deadpool already has? Another character. Sorry, before we get it, maybe Cable. We should have brought him back. He would have been good. Josh Brolin's Cable.
Cable would have been good actually because he time travels.
Exactly. That would have been good. But anyway, whatever. What do you think happens? How do we connect these two universes together? Because this is the X-Men universe, and I guess that's the X-Men universe they're going to use, and you're going to have the MCU Avengers universe that we've been following. So how do you combine these two? How do you think they're going to do it? Is it going to be a moment where they combine? Because now Wolverine's in this universe. So does that mean these lot can go in, or are they going to come in and out? It's Secret Wars. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know, man. That's very good point. Maybe there's something that's going to happen within the Marvel universe, and they need Deadpool's help, or like where Deadpool or X-Men, vice versa. And because now Wolverine's settled in Deadpool's universe, Deadpool's Earth. So you're like, what's going to happen? Is his timeline, Wolverine's timeline, going to mess up because he's not there no more? But then again, the X-Men's not there in his timeline, so he probably doesn't care. But I don't know, man. I really don't know where they're going to take this. It would be good if they stay together and stick together because their bond is amazing, bro. Like, don't separate them, keep them together.
Well, not just them two. I'm talking about the MCU and these guys. So I'm thinking about that connection.
I don't know. I really genuinely don't know, man. It's a tough one. Let's see where they bring it, really, man.
What do you think? What do you think, Kibbs?
I'm sure they'll do something, bro, without a doubt. I mean, it feels like
would it be TVA? Like in this one, TVA, right? This faction was in charge of, hey, we need you, or we want to take you somewhere. Would it be TVA to be like, hey, there's something going on, we need you guys to cross universes and fight something? Or
it could be. It could be.
I kind of wish.
I don't know how they're gonna go with this, to be honest.
But Deadpool,
I don't know where they.
He's enough of this multi-universe stuff. He did say,
yeah. So it'd be interesting.
Could it be Loki?
I'm not sure.
Could it be Loki?
Because he's the one guarding the timeline now.
Right? Could it be him to be like, all right, something's going to happen on this universe, you X-Men lot or you Avengers lot, I need you to go to this universe. And like, could it be him or something like that? I mean, how's that going to work? Like, someone's going to have to be in charge of letting them cross timelines and whatnot, right? And TVA is obviously the one in charge.
Originally, it was the Beyonder that brought them all together, right? I don't know how they introduced that character, but we've had a whole phase where they didn't really, they gave us Eternity, they lose. They could have used that character more. To introduce Beyonder straight away is going to be very difficult with people. I mean, to be honest, like without no context, you can still enjoy it, but it'd be depending. I think it'd be the TVA. It'd be most likely the TVA that should bring people together.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, look, before we finish this up, man, I know we could talk about this all day, man, but final thoughts, final scores about this movie, man. Ash, what do you think?
8.5 out of 10, bro. Just because the story. Other than that, the rest is just fucking the best. Best of the best. That's all I'm gonna say. Story was okay, but the connection, the everything. Oh, I can't even say. I'm lost for words, bro. But
Are you watching it again? I guess we're all watching it again for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
I spoke to kids. We're gonna try and go out with Dwayne. Like, I need to watch it again.
Yeah,
Because I got this guy, big-headed brain man. So the whole time I got Kibler's jacket, rolled it up, and sat on his jacket to sort of push me up because the guy's head was in the way. You know. So
we'll do Odeon. I don't know when, but I'll speak to you, Ash, and we'll work it out. I'll try and get
100%.
Dwayne to come down. But yeah, we will watch it again, bro. I mean,
Yeah, it's first time
Ash,
I felt like this, that I need to go watch a Marvel movie again.
Yeah.
Kibbs, what do you think? What's your final?
I'm sticking with the 8 I gave. And I know we've only recently got into the scoring system. I don't usually score.
No, I mean,
but
I'm
a lot
just
of
doing
people
it.
always ask, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but solid 8 still, solid 8, bro. It's the charisma, the joy, the what I got to see on the big screen. You know, I'm gonna see it several times, bro. Listen,
Yeah.
like sometimes story doesn't have to capture me. It's just if
An
two people
adventure.
can get together and give me a good film, go
should
for
go
it.
down to Portsmouth and watch it with Sasson.
Yeah, we should actually.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
talk
another
about.
one.
Let's do Dwayne first, and then go think about Portsmouth.
Cool, man. Well,
But
me,
Sasa needs to go see this. Yeah, definitely.
I told him after I watched that 35 minutes, I told him like he needs to go watch this. He needs to. He might even come down to you guys actually. We spoke about that. With me, yeah, I'm gonna go with a 9 because I'm excited. The story part, if I thought about that, or because I thought about that, okay, it's a 9. If I don't think about it, the film's a 10 out of 10 because I'm watching it multiple times when it comes out on video on demand. Online, I'm watching that a couple of times. It's a movie that I could slap on if I'm ever traveling to the UK by plane and I don't like traveling, right? It's one of those movies I could slap on and it would easily take 2.5 hours of my life without even thinking because that's how good and fun the movie is. Like I said, these two characters, you could have put all these characters and all the nostalgic characters in a movie trying to save, like I said, doing nothing, trying to save a dog shit or something, and it would have been the best movie in the world. So I don't really care about the story, but because a little bit on that side, for me it's a 9, but 100% watching this movie again. All right, guys. Fuck, man, we can talk about this forever. I know we can. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait till we are together, and I wish we watched it together. I wish I stayed in the UK for an extra week or two so we could have all enjoyed this together. But boys, yeah, look, we'll watch it together in the future. Man, I'm glad we geeked out about this. I was holding this since Thursday. I was like, boy, I need to speak to you boys and geek out about it. I'm gonna catch up. I'm sure Kibbs, you're gonna do some too. Catch up with some other guys to geek out about it. Glenn messaged as well. But yeah, Deadpool Wolverine. We got it, man. We made it. We made it. I can't believe it.
Definitely, man. Yeah, exactly. Definitely can't believe it. It's so good. So good. Go check it out, guys.
Let me all right, cool. No. All right. That's all with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. We out. Peace.
Peace.